together brings in. So friends, I'll start with the introduction of our company. And so I'll start with FranCorp and then Franchise India. And I would say these two companies, along with our international company, Fran Global, we are committed to entrepreneurship and we work with brands across all spectrums. Right. So FranCorp Consulting is the consulting arm of Franchise India group of companies. And in fact, this is a company which is headquartered in America, and we are their partners for India. And FranCorp, in fact, is the largest and the oldest franchise consulting company. Rather, it comes with nearly 47 years of experience in the industry of working with these companies to get them into franchising. And it has, in fact, worked with the names in the franchise industry, which you can all resonate with, brands like McDonald's, Hilton, KFC, Hershey's in the international market. And in fact, it was FranCorp that pioneered the franchise consulting industry way back in 1976. And now this company is present in 25 countries across the globe. And Franchise India acquired FranCorp in India about 18 years back. And since then, we have worked with more than, I would say, 15,000 companies in making them franchise ready and launching them in the market. And this, again, like I mentioned, is across all spectrums or industries, from a food to a healthcare to retail to services, wellness, and across the length and breadth of the country. And also, I would say that we take pride in being an important part of the business expansion and value creation journey of most of these companies. And Franchise India, the parent company, is a 26-year-old enterprise, which is at the group level a fully integrated franchise company and also the largest franchise development and distribution company in the world. Right? So over the years, we have worked, we have invested our time, our money, and above all, I would say, validated learning to build and evolve our capabilities at the group level so that we can add value to the entire franchise community and building entrepreneurship, right? So that has been the core driver of our business. And we believe that any company that is looking for growth is typically looking at three sets of readiness and capabilities to be developed. One is they need to have the business model in place. Like I said, the more sustainable business model before venturing into franchising. Second, you need marketing or marketing capabilities to reach out to potential partners, franchisees, dealers, distributors. And third is the network, or I would say distribution, so that you're able to capture the impact of market and convert them into potential partnerships. So our group companies, which is Fran Global, Franchise India, and FranCorp, collectively address these needs through solutions from the specialized business entities, which give, in fact, 360-degree solutions to companies looking to grow and eventually scale, which broadly would come under 4 platforms. And in India, let me also rephrase, all our businesses are run under the umbrella of Franchise India Group. And globally, it is under the name of Fran Global, which is also a market entry specialist, has worked with nearly 480 plus companies to bring them to India and various international markets, including Bangladesh and also Colombo. A lot of companies we have worked in these markets. So these are 4 platforms, which is a media platform where we run the largest media company, I would say, which gives exposure through the large exhibitions. These are all B2B exhibitions where large number of companies, I would say franchisors, right, or companies who are looking at expansion, they would come in these exhibitions. And these exhibitions are attended by millions of investors, right? So throughout the year, we do these small and big exhibitions, and the bigger ones are about 120 that we do in India. And this year, there are about 9 international exhibitions that we're doing outside India, and 3 larger shows. So all put together, about 13 international shows that we're doing in the year 2024. And as I speak, we have a show which is coming up in Dhaka, which is this weekend, is 20th of January. We have a show which is happening in Amari. And we have a lot of Indian companies, a lot of local investors from Dhaka who have, in fact, registered themselves to be part of this event. And apart from the exhibitions, we also run a very big digital platform, which is franchiseindia.com, Fran Global, and all these platforms, in fact, give a lot of exposure to investors who are looking for exploring businesses, which they can eventually maybe sign up with, and equally to the companies to reach out to potential partners. And there are 3 magazines, industry magazines, which Fran Global and Franchise India has partnership with. And these magazines include Franchising World, which is the oldest publication. And apart from franchising world. We're also partners with a media company called Entrepreneur. So if you have been following entrepreneurship or companies at large, Entrepreneur is again an international company. This is an American media firm, and Franchise India and Fran Global is partner for Entrepreneur for entire Asia. So we are the joint venture partners. Now, all global franchising companies are rated by Entrepreneur, including even McDonald's, Subway, KFC's, across all industries. All these companies are actually rated by Entrepreneur every year. Right? So that's the strength of this media. The second is our scale platform. Now, scale platform is where a lot of work happens with companies who want to scale, right? They want to expand through franchising. And there are two activities or services, I would say, broadly, the scale platform offers. One is to prepare them to create the right business model. And second, through our current presence in India, overseas markets, there are 97 cities that we are present in India. About 9 international markets are present in. And through our distribution structure today, we are able to take the opportunity to diverse markets within India and also overseas market, where we work with companies to make them franchise ready and help them expand in all these markets. Third is our investment platform. Now, investment platform is primarily for business buyers, investors, again, across all spectrums, be it a small business investor, which is a retail investor, I would say, HNIs, which are ultra high net worth individuals, family offices, firms who are looking at diversifying their businesses. All that is something that becomes a part of our servicing to the investor community, who through our various, I would say, advisors and our teams across India would seek services and take an informed decision of buying a business. We handhold them through the entire process of buying a business. So based on their profiling, the investment they want to make, we would work with these business buyers to help them eventually sign on the dotted line, which is the agreement. And finally is our platform, which is Exit, where we help companies or businesses, so to say, who want to sell their businesses and maybe find a new buyer for reasons of succession. Maybe the business needs more capital. So we do both strategic investment and also financial investments or financial partners we bring for such companies. So at Fran Global, at Franchise India, while we play a very important role of being a catalyst in the franchise ecosystem, but we've always felt our responsibility was beyond. It was important that we educate companies to grow through responsible franchising, which is extremely important, and also to assist them in building a business which brings value for all stakeholders in the business, which is the company, the brand, your franchise partner, and eventually your customer who consumes you. So hence the proposition of Scale Up, where we understand that building a business or I would say successful company is a lot of times we talk about building a company and growing our business. But if you are only growing, that growth cannot be very, very fast. Growth and scaling a business are not the same. So companies have to actually build capacities to scale and not just replicate. If you keep replicating what you're doing, you can only grow to a certain level. But it is important that you build capacities to scale, right? And that's where a bigger value creation happens. And that's what we'll talk about in this session today. And so, friends, before we move further, I'll also request if you have any questions, you can write in the Q&A box. We'll be happy to take that. I'll request Ashok. There's a small presentation that we would like to run through you. And I'll request Ashok put that on the screen and get started.
Okay, thank you, Sonia ma'am. So to the audience, I would like to add some more on Sonia ma'am's profile. She has been in the industry for the last 25 years and currently she does 2,000 franchisee recruitment every year along with her team. So that is the capacity and credibility she carries, and she has the immense knowledge of domestic markets, international market, multi-industry dynamics, and she works with investors as well as franchisee partners as well as with the brands to what kind of markets they should be targeting for scale up. So that's all advisory she is directly leading entire campaign, right? We have Anupam Srivastava. So he is the international food consultant and he is the chef. He worked with international firms in Europe. He worked in Africa. He worked in Middle East. And with his more than 25 years experience in F&B, He is super specialist in that category, and he's also carry like business consulting background. So, and he is leading the entire UAE market, and he looks at GCC expansion plans of the companies, right? So now we'll share one presentation. So this presentation is not about our services that we are offering. This presentation is all about how you should be scaling your business, what kind of capabilities that you should develop in-house, right? So consulting firm, as a, like Frankop is a consulting firm, so we work with brands to develop comprehensive franchise development program. And this program includes basically a comprehensive strategies. So in the strategies, we evaluate detailed markets, competition, industries, market trends, demand, supply, competition, price, technology. So all these dynamics we evaluate. And then we do proper financial modeling, legal agreements, marketing communication documents. We also work with the brand to standardize their operating procedures. Right. So just I'll share my screen and we'll talk about these dynamics. Yeah. Right. So any brand or any company or any organization, if they want to franchise their business model, they need to ask themselves, is franchising for you? So is this the right format for you? And then you also think along with the three questions primarily, and that addresses all of these queries. You should ask yourself why you should franchise your business model, right? Second thing, when you should franchise your business model. And third one is where you should franchise your business model. If you have answers of these three questions, you are 90% ready to franchise your business, right? So I'll repeat it again. Why we should franchise our business model, when we should franchise our business model, and third one is again where, right? So some of these dynamics are covered basically. If you have a product or service that is the higher demand and you are not able to service that, you are not able to address that market, definitely you need franchise support. Second thing, you have like a resource constraint. You have the demand, but due to the resource constraint, you are not able to service that demand. So you can franchise your business model and you could bring your strong operating partners to service that demand, right? And second one is the third one is basically your geographic allocation, because now industry, if you look at the industry shift or economic shift, is always happens from developed geography to developing geography to underdeveloped geography, right? You may have captured enough market in your developed economy or developed location or in a city or in a town, but you have saturated that market. Definitely you need to evaluate other geography to expand your business, right? So these are the questions that we need to think about to franchise your business model. Now, to be ready with franchise model or appropriate tools, systems, guidelines, that how you are going to prepare those, that's again, we have the set of guidelines that you should be following to develop these kind of capabilities. Right. Now ask yourself, is your business franchise ready? So if you ask this question, there are multiple parameters to evaluate it. One is your credibility, right? So the credibility of your brand that you have established in the market. So it can be your decades of hard work. It can be you must be running this business for generations. It can be a 100-year-old organization, and the kind of credibility, the trust, commitment, transparency that you have developed over the years, and the value that you have created for the customers, that comes in very handy, right? And again, so because if you look at market trend, of course, uh, social media market, and your marketing promotion, that's a very, very important, because if you look at marketing is a continuous cost for any organization to pump in. So, and that's uh, a very important aspect of your business. Third one is your awards and recognition. So in your category, you can be a category leader. You can be a innovator in your one segment. You know, so that recognitions makes a difference. Right? It creates impression on investor or franchisee acquirer. Right? It's also important for my franchisee acquirer, or you can say opportunity seeker, to evaluate the brand, to check the basically the company or the partner, the franchisee they are acquiring from, right? So they can check for credibility, your success trends, the market trends, the demand, the kind of support brand is going to provide to their franchisees. So this is the valuation from both sides, right? From the opportunity seeker perspective, and from the brand who are going to franchise their business model. Next step is my proven business system and processes. Proven business means you have been running a business successfully for many, many years. You have your prototype ready, right? But that is not good enough to scale your business. No? So, along with your business model, you should have systems in place and procedures in place. So, your business has to be system driven. Not, it should not be the manpower driven. No, so where one person is managing everything all alone, right? It has to be a system driven process, right? So you need to think along with these lines, and you should be developing these kind of systems to run your business. You take an example of KFC, you can take an example of Domino's, or you can take an example of McDonald's. These are the system driven companies, right? So they have perfected their system. So founder is sitting in US or is sitting in Singapore or in Malaysia, doesn't matter. System is working for them. Right? Next thing is the financial performance. Because in any business, you have to consider optimize investment and optimize profit margins for the franchisee. You know your business better than anyone else. You know the setbacks, and you know challenges, day-to-day challenges, your operating challenges, cost challenges. So your responsibility, because you are handing your brand to a franchisee partner who is going to operate, so you should provide them a scalable business model, right? Second one is acceptability of your business model. And third thing is the sustainability of your business model. If you if you look at the many of the brands who fails in franchise as well, because if you consider the independent startups versus franchise concepts, so 20% of the franchisees who develop their concept and they fail to franchise, because they brings attractiveness in the business model, but they forget about the sustainability. And your investor may not have that kind of financial bandwidth to continue your business for 5 years or 2 years or 3 years and take that risk, right? So you have to bring sustainability in the business model, where my retail investor need initial hand holding and support for 6 months and make them profitable. So that's the brand responsibility, right? Again, so affordability, we talked about margins. Yes, we need to secure maximum margin for our franchisee partner. If you look at the operating cost of this business model, is all basically borne by the franchisee partner, because he's going to pay higher rental, he's going to hire a staff, he's going to pay for your stock supplies, he's going to manage all utility expenses, he is going to bear your marketing cost. So of course they deserve higher margins. So we need to secure maximum margin for our franchisee to make them profitable, right? If once you make your franchisee profitable, like 3 4 franchisee, once you make profitable, then basically it clears your path for progress. Right? And as a brand, you can make more profit on business volumes. Capitalization, yes, capitalization again. So we have to develop an optimized investment plan where you minimize the investment, you minimize the risk, you mitigate the risk. You need to create a risk mitigation strategy. You have to hedge the risk for my franchisee, right? And we need to give them a ease of business, simplicity to operate. So that kind of offering, if you can develop and you can deliver to your franchisee, nobody can stop you. Okay? Management and leadership team. Again, so we talk about the founder. So founder story, it has to be very precise and crisp. The founder who has like developed the business over the years, so his whole journey has to be it has to be a kind of storytelling story, no? And that story sells itself. The franchisee who is going to invest in your business model, he has not seen business. Business has no face. The face is founder. So they invest in people, right? So the founder story and the team management strength and experience has to be transparent. It has to be well communicated, right? And it has to be transferred through knowledge. And organizational design. Organizational design to maintain your supply chain, to support your franchisee partners. So you should have a basically single window support for your all of your franchisee partners. Next is your competition and market trends. So if you look at market size, so there are 5 drivers for any industry that applies to all industry. You take any, it can be a retail industry, it can be education, it can be manufacturing, it can be IT or digital. You talk about any industry. So industry has the 5 drivers. One is your demand, second one is your supply, third one is your competition, fourth is your price, and next one is your technology. So these are the 5 drivers basically who drives entire industry. So we should have the clarity about the demand supply gaps, price and competitiveness, and competition also covers your regulatory benchmarking. Okay, so that is the legal aspect of the business model. My next category is your product and service, right? So if you are bringing innovations and R&D to your product offerings, that is going to define your competitiveness, and that can give you an edge over the competition in the market. The differentiation we need to create in our offering, price and experience. So you deliver superior quality, better experience at a competitive price. So I would not say like affordable price. We should keep it as a competitive price because people buy premium service at premium price. So India and the whole world has the capacity to pay. There are the customers who are going to consume premium services as premium prices, and we have the audience as well, like for who prefer is good quality at a lower price. So we have a mixed kind of audience. And change cycle is very, very important in any business. So you should be ready, means basically future ready for change, because everything changes with time. Your technology will change, your markets will change, your fashion will change. So everything will changes with time. So the organizations, the companies and the brands, they have to be ready for future change. And that's how you can be stay ahead in the market. Now we talk about the four pillars of the franchising. So past we call it like predictability, accountability, standardization, and scalability, right? So predictability. So you should have uh, predictability means you can measure that performance, financial performance that you predict. And to bring that kind of predictability, if you have the understanding of the past 10 years, you can predict next 5 years. Similarly, accountability. So in your business model, even if you are a founder, if you are a employee, or if you are a franchisee partner, so each stakeholder should have its accountability. Right? Standardization, we already talked about, because standardization of your processes, how you operate your business, it has to be a standard approach. So once you follow the standard process, you can deliver a standard experience. Right? And scalability again. So scale to the all market, because we should know about our total addressable market and which are the primary markets that we should be focusing for scalability. Now we talk about the CCC, Triple C formula. That's your control, compliance, and consumer connect. Control for any business is very, very important. And this control can be managed by like legal obligation or through technology. But the balance of your control relationship is very, very important, right? And because and there should be a commitment. So trust, commitment, that build your strong relationship. Compliance, of course, basically to manage your franchisees to be completely compliance oriented. So franchisee, they should compliance with all the legal laws, legal formalities, what are the local municipal formalities, whatever the formalities has to be 100% followed. In consumer connect, because ultimately your customer is your business, right? So your experience to deliver that service or to deliver that value, deliver that quality, or deliver that experience has to be consistent. And that consistency you can deliver through an automated approach, right? Now we talk about the next is your air, where we have attractiveness, investor readiness, and risk hedging. I think some of these elements I've already talked about, like in risk mitigation. So that's your risk hedging. Attractiveness. So not only the investment, right? So investment can be one attractive criteria, but your brand value, your USPs should define your attractiveness, where my franchisee can compare other similar businesses and they can select one, right? So the preference that you need to develop based on your USPs, unique value propositions. So that has to be a very defining element. Investor readiness for short-term and long-term performance. Your model should be ready for investor money, right? Now, risk hedging, yes, because you need to demonstrate how you can mitigate the risk for your franchisee, right? If your franchisee is not profitable for first 3 months or first 6 months, what kind of support and value as an organization you can bring to your franchisee partners? Yeah. Now we'll talk about the ERR. So that's your encourage, recognize, and reward. So yes, encourage means you do fair practices. I think discipline, fair practices, and transparency. If you put a 100% transparency, it will encourage everyone. So everyone should have the capability to reward uh, their performance. They can claim their performance. Yeah, we are seeing some hand raise from Mr. Amit Alwa. So, Mr. Amit, I think speaking is not permitted in this webinar. So please, if you can share your query in the Q&A box, and then we will take your queries. Yeah. Okay, so dear friends, please use Q&A box to put your queries, your questions. You can share your details. You can share your name, your city name, and the industry that you are working with. And you also can share your company name, brand details, and we will take your queries one on one. Recognize. Now we talk about the recognize. So recognition has to be very transparent, right? So franchisee teams, your incentive schemes or special schemes, your targets, commitments, all has to be recognized, right? And then reward, of course, our business should have a reward for everyone, reward for your partners, reward for stakeholders, reward for franchisees, and reward for employees, and reward as well for your consumers. Yeah. Now thinking of these elements, so developing a franchise development program, or you can say you're preparing yourself as franchise ready. Uh, it's not easy. It's a complex exercise. It is a science. It is economics. It is art. So that you need to bring in, right? So franchise India, we works in these five core services where my consulting team, that Frank division, they brings consulting services. So they have a special team of expertise where we have senior advisors. So in senior advisors like Mr. Gaurav Maria, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, uh, Mr. Anupam Srivastav, and very senior leadership who worked with you, they advise you. Along with them, we have a team of senior strategy consultant who have experience of like 15 to 20 years kind of experience they carry. We have a team of financial experts. We have legal advisors. We have marketing communication design teams, we like content writers, graphic designers, no, and we have research and SOP consultants in our team. So it's a team of like 10 to 15 people who work with individual brands to make them franchise ready. We also work with you in brand communication, what kind of press, media, and social media marketing you should be targeting. And apart from the consulting services, we also bring marketing and recruitment services. So taking care of your like lead generations, and then lead generation to like lead management and franchisee selection process. So we develop all set of expertise end-to-end solutions for our uh, brands or clients, right? So now to offer you these services, we have a four set of products. So I'll run through quickly. So we have Frank Start, Frank Grow, Frank Excel, and Frank Max. And we have the associated cost for each of these products, where our geographic and strategic scope of each product is different. So if you look at the Frank Start, it has basically review and recommendation advisory along with your marketing. And that's, if you look at my offerings here are limited. We have like one time national webinar, you have 6 events participation, you have 2 months listing, and you have a shared resource who is going to work with you, and you get a 12 months marketing from us, and your social media listing will be provided. As compared to the Frank Grow, we have a larger offering here where you get your FDP, plus you get 4 webinars for your brand, you get 2 Bharat Franchisee show for your brand, you get 12 events participation, you get participation in FRO shows. So FRO shows we do 10 in a year. So out of those, you will get participation in pavilion for 2 events. My website listing for 6 months. You will have a basically training of your teams, direct teams, and IFC partners will be working with you, and you will have a national activation of your brand, and then have a rollout target is again pre-approved of 10. 12 month is the tenure for this service. We offer you social media marketing here, and you are going to have monthly review with our teams. In Frank Excel, it's again our scope, strategic scope is very high. So you get like a review with our chairman for half day, followed by 4 webinars, 4 Bharat Franchisee Show, 48 events, 6 FRO pavilion participation, 1 year web listing, you guys training of the team, you will have direct teams and IFC partners will be working with you. Plus, you will also have national activation of your brand, and you will have regional teams who will be working with you. And you also get a dedicated resources, 2 dedicated resources for your brand. Plus, we have a rollout target of 25. Uh, uh, Again, it's a subject to discussion and approval. Then you get basically 24 months marketing support here. You will get social media listing. You will get in basically an article published in our franchise world, and you will have fortnightly review for the progress. You will get guaranteed lead 3000 and minimum performance benchmark that we keep 20. In FriendMax, it's I can say is a mega expensive plan, and you can say this expansion plan is very sophisticated, and we put more resources and more energies, and according to our strategic scope, you will have FDP program, plus you will have SOP guidelines, full day workshop, 4 webinars, 6 your Bharat Franchisee show, event participation throughout the year because we do 20 events every month. So you will get participation in all of these events. Uh, Again, you will get FRO pavilion participation in all events. Uh, Website listing you will get for 36 months, team training, you will get your national teams, regional teams, plus you will get a dedicated resources for 1 plus 6. So 1, you will get national head, and 6 regional heads will work with you along with their teams. 36 months is the tenure for this service, and we will cover your story in our the franchising world magazine. We will conduct your weekly reviews. We guarantee 7,500 leads and 30 minimum performance benchmark. Right? And the cost for these products, you can reach out to our team. They will help you in terms of commercials. Apart from consulting services and marketing and recruitment services, we also offer value-added services for like property selection, talent recruitment, your legal advisories, your franchisee financing, and franchisee performance audits as well. Right. So this is the brief journey so far. The Franchise India started its journey in 1997, and today we have advised more than 14,000 clients worldwide, and we have like developed 90% of the Indian market. We have presence in 95 cities, and we have a team of 1,500 professionals, and we have international presence in 45 countries, and we have direct presence our offices in uh, 6 countries, and we also have a direct interface with more than 1 million investors, right? So with this I will end the presentation, and we can take up the queries now. Okay, so let me take some questions. Yeah, so this Mr. Amit, I would like to join and would like to know more about it. How is the is it investor? Okay, how it is the investor will invest? Okay, so Mr. Amit, we have a separate team, this Business Apps and Equity India firm. So we work with the brand to raise equity for their brand, for their businesses. So you can reach out to my team and they will help you in detail. So Isa, you can share your contact number in the chat window and we can connect. Now we have Mr. Rokonu Zaman. Okay, so the craft is tech. Motto, we believe in research. We produce lab equipment. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. If you can give us some more details about your equipments, what kind of equipments you develop, you produce, and who is your target audience, and my team will reach out to you to help you and support you. Okay, friends. So I think Isa has shared her contact number and email ID. So please write to us, reach out to us on email or on or phone number. My team will connect with you for your queries. Before closing this session, I would like to request Mr. Anupam if you want to share some insights, please.
Thank you, Ashok. Good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for joining this webinar. Uh, as I said, my name is Anupam, and I'm based out of UAE. Live in Abu Dhabi, work around fully UAE. Thank you for your interest and telling about your own companies. What is very, very critical and clear is what Mr. Ashok has taken you through the 25 steps if you want to do franchising. Franchising is a very responsible activity. It is just not giving a franchise and taking a franchise fees. It is also preparing your full backend yourself to support, and that's how big companies have become bigger. And we in India are the largest, we in world are the largest franchising company, as you would see. You are at the right place. Connect with us to exactly learn and take how you wish to grow your company. I'm based out of UAE, as I said. Happy to help you. Any support, right from company formation to setting up your business to trying out things. But most important is first assess, are you franchise ready? If you're ready, then Mr. Ashok and team would be developing a full strategy of 5 steps, which is explained right from the big strategy, the master strategy, to financial, to operations, to marketing, to legal requirements, and the documentation to secure your business, your model, your IP rights, and everything else. So once we are ready, friends, most welcome. You can share, Isha can share my number with you. And when you're in Dubai, feel free to call or feel free to reach out. I'm available on WhatsApp. I'm available on calls. Happy to help. Thank you very much, Ashok.
Yeah. Yes, Ram, for your concluding remarks. Yeah, Ram, I think your mic is not working. So, friends, we are conducting this kind of webinar every Wednesday. So, we will connect again next Wednesday for the same session.
Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you everyone for joining.